What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I read you those cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to. And let me just finish up getting my speakers. I messed up on my speakers part. Let's see, let me get that correct. But audio is good, right? You can hear me? Sweet. All right, but welcome to the show, guys. Sorry for I couldn't be here last Friday. I got too busy and hectic that I just didn't have the time to cover a news article. But I'm back. It's Monday. I hope you all had a good week. I hope you hodled your Bitcoin because price is kind of moving back up. If you look at the charts, like Bitcoin is at 114. It was at 115 like a couple of moments ago. Let's go back to the chart on the day chart. And yeah, we were back about 115. Here's the full day. We're at 113. I think our low was like 111, 112. That's totally fine. Like it was a nice little healthy pullback, giving us a nice little momentum to keep going. But I believe we are just coming right back because there's still so much great news in the space going on. We got Eric Trump tweeting over the weekend, 0.1 Bitcoin will be worth an absolute fortune. It's coming. And hopefully this tweet does a little better because I think last time he tweeted about buy Bitcoin, we experienced a dip right after. But luckily when he posted this one, Bitcoin's price was kind of at its bottom and moving its way back up. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. But other news in the Trump world, it looks like President Trump announces a new Fed governor in the coming days. So that's going to be exciting. So who is it going to be? Who do you think? What does the chats on X say? Trump on it again. Grok, who is the top pick? Let's see. I like having Grok in the chats where he can give us answers. Based on analysis from Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, and Reuters, Kevin Warsh, former Fed governor and advocate for rate cuts, leads as the top speculated pick. Other contenders include Kevin Hassett and Scott Bessent. Announcements coming soon. I think it might be Scott Bessent. But who do you guys think it's going to be the next Fed pick? Let me know in the comments down below. But what else is going on in the X space news? Well, let's see. It looks like just in, Bitcoin mining difficulty hit a new all-time high. And this is great news because the mining difficulty is all about like security and just Bitcoin structure. Like, let's ask ChatGPT about why is Bitcoin mining difficult so important? Well, Bitcoin mining difficulty is important because it keeps the network secure, stable, and predictable. Here's why. So security, difficult adjust to ensure blocks are mined too quickly. If mining were too easy, attackers could try to rewrite the blockchain faster and others risking a 51% attack. And then the higher the difficulty means more computational power is needed, making the attacks extremely expensive and unlikely to do. So having a high mining rate is really good. Then also, it's important because of block timing. Bitcoin aims to produce one block every 10 minutes. Difficulty adjusts every 2016 blocks to maintain the target. If more miners join and blocks come in faster, difficulty rises to slow them down, and vice versa. It also helps out with supply control. Bitcoin's issuance is tied to block production. Difficulty helps keep the flow of new Bitcoin consistent over time, ensuring the halving schedule is followed. And that also helps with market indicators. Difficulty reflects miner confidence. When it goes up, it usually means that more miners are joining in, often a bullish sign. And then when it drops, it may signal reduced profitability of miner capitalization. So in short term, mining difficulty is Bitcoin's self-balancing mechanism, making sure the system runs fairly and predictably, no matter how many miners are competing. So that's why when I saw that we reached an all-time high in Bitcoin mining, it's like a yes, making the Bitcoin network even more secure. And I just love that. So that was just recent news right there. And then the last little post I found from Twitter was just in BlackRock Bitcoin ETF IBIT is now the second best ETF in monthly flow. So right under VOO, the S&P 500. So corporations are still buying into the ETFs, but again, if they're smart, they'll just acquire Bitcoin and just hold it themselves, not pull it in these bags. But that's really all the X Twitter post news I found on there. But what else has been going on? Like I had nothing to worry about with Bitcoin's price dipping a little bit because we keep getting news about all these institutions still buying more Bitcoin. Like Metaplanet kicks off August with its first big buy. They scooped up another 463 Bitcoin on Monday, making it the first company to capitalize on the August Bitcoin dip. So yeah, usually sometimes there's dips in August, and it looks like Metaplanet did capitalize on it. So again, when I keep seeing in the news like all these guys are still buying it, they're just going to hold it. So all these markets out there are just short-term sellers, probably trying to get the common folk to get scared and go, oh, I just bought high, I need to sell it now. No, never buy high and sell in the market. Just especially with Bitcoin, just hold it because we know that's going to keep going up. But I'm not going to cover this article, but last Thursday I didn't mention I was going to be watching the Michael Saylor's strategy, quarterly numbers update, and it was a great interview because they even had like a lot of chat on there and everything. But let's go through this article, talk about what did take place during that call. But strategy could buy as much as 7% of the Bitcoin supply, says Michael Saylor. And that's what we did find out, 7%. That'd be crazy if strategy does do that. But Bitcoin treasury giant strategy already holds $72 billion worth of Bitcoin, but Michael Saylor has even larger ambitions. So Bitcoin treasury company Strategies co-founder Michael Saylor said on Friday that the NASDAQ-listed firm could end up holding upward of 7% of the leading cryptocurrency total supply of 21 million coins. But Saylor, who pioneered the strategy's Bitcoin treasury plan, said that the company wouldn't aim to buy all of the digital assets because he wants everyone else to have their piece in an interview with CNBC. He said, "I don't think we'll get all of the Bitcoin," said Saylor, "but I don't think the range of 3 to 5% or 3 to 7% is too much." Now, he continued on saying, "We wouldn't want to own all of it because we want everyone else to have their piece of the pie." And we already know, like, a lot of these rich guys out there are announcing in articles saying, yeah, if every millionaire wants one Bitcoin, they can't get it. So Michael Saylor does get that, where they're not going to collect all of it. So Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy, currently owns a little over 3% of the current 19,900,346 supply of Bitcoin right now. And only 21 million Bitcoin will ever be minted, with the last coin expected to be created in the year 2140. Now, the Tysons Corner, Virginia-based firm, is the world's biggest corporate holder of Bitcoin, with 628,791 digital coins worth $72 billion at today's price. Now, the company first started buying Bitcoin back in 2020. Now, acquiring the 7% of the total ever Bitcoin supply would give the company 1.47 million Bitcoin, currently valued at about $169 billion. So, now, Strategy has struggled during the COVID-19 pandemic as inflation depleted its cash pile. So the firm went into survival mode in August 2020, pivoting from the software development accumulation. And Saylor, who was Strategy CEO at the time, has since called Bitcoin the supreme asset because it is scarce and urged everyone and every other company to buy it to preserve capital. Now, Strategy's share price was down more than 6% on Friday, trading below $380, the first time it has fallen below that threshold since early July. But the stock is still up over 2,488% since the company first purchased Bitcoin back in 2020. Now, Strategy now buys and holds Bitcoin, and investors buy its stock Master, or MSTR, to get exposure to the cryptocurrency without having to hold it themselves. Now, the company issues debt to fund its purchases. And Saylor said in the second quarter on Thursday's earnings call that the price of Bitcoin could still drop by 80 to 90%, and the company would be able to handle the drawdown without selling its Bitcoin. Now, Myriad users broadly believe that Strategy will not dump any Bitcoin in the coming months, giving the firm a less than 8% chance of selling any Bitcoin before the end of 2025. Now, disclosure, Myriad is a product of the crypto parent company, DASTAN. Now, benchmark analysis Mark Palmer on Friday also raised the firm's price target for MSTR to $705, an 85% increase from its current share. Now, a number of smaller NASDAQ-listed companies have adopted the Bitcoin treasury plan, but some experts have warned that the crypto play can't help every company and is inherently risk. So that is something I've been kind of like speculative about too. Like I'm rooting for these companies that adopted Bitcoin strategy. Like I'm throwing some money in those stocks of those companies that are doing it to support it. But I do believe that not all of them will benefit. Because again, like Strategy can survive like an 80, 90% dip and not sell their Bitcoin. But some of these other companies coming on, I'm not sure if they're ready for it or can do it. So definitely be worried about that. But on Strategy side, nothing to worry about. So with that quarter call, though, when I heard they can potentially acquire 7%, that is crazy. 1.4 thousand or million Bitcoin. And again, guys, there's only 21 million. That's the hard cap. There's no more going to be more than that. So I like that he says that they're not going to acquire more than that. And we'll just have to wait and see if they stick to that plan. But as of now, that's what they're shooting for. So if you ever wonder like when he's going to stop, this is kind of an idea of like when he would finally stop buying Bitcoin. But hey, when they have 1.4 million, man, they have so many options on them. But that is our Michael Saylor news and strategy news and just what took place last week. Now let's continue on with the news. What else is going on? Looks like an ancient Bitcoin whale moves millions in Bitcoin after 12 years. So that's right. So selling from long-term holders could lead to a month-long correlation announced at CryptoCon warrant earlier this week. Now, this is just one side of it all, of thinking people thinking, oh, they're going to sell the Bitcoin after all. I have another thought on this where I don't think they're going to sell it. I think they're just moving wallets to just be a little bit more secure because there's a lot of threats about quantum computing out there right now that are coming exposure or just coming to light, and people are worried about that. They're wondering if their Bitcoin is safe. And in order to keep it safe, just convert if your Bitcoin's in an old, what is it? It's not the SegWit, because that's what we got up, right? If you're in an old legacy wallet, Bitcoin wallet, so like the numbers you just start like 1, 2, C or some number, that one is prone to a quantum computer attack. But if you just move that over into a SegWit Bitcoin wallet, usually that starts with BC1Q, that helps fight against crypto computers out there. So I'm thinking that's what this person was doing, just moving it around to have it a little bit more secure. But let's go through this article and hear what Decrypt says about it. So a wallet that held more than 300 Bitcoin for over a decade was emptied on Friday as the asset's price fell to a 3-week low, says blockchain data. Now, the wallet, which starts with 1C5CB, like I said, this is usually a sign of a legacy wallet out there, was first funded via a CoinJoin address in 2013, when the leading cryptocurrency by market cap changed hands at around $75, according to crypto market data provider CoinMarketCap and analytics platform Arkham Intelligence. Now, back then, Bitcoin was viewed as a financial curio and primarily used to purchase drugs on the dark net with Silk Road. But the asset's price has since increased 152,000% since the wallet was first funded. And it's been yielding a $34.8 million sum, with Bitcoin recently hovering around below 114,000. Now, whoever acquired the Bitcoin is up massively on paper, but the stash is peanuts compared to some ancient Bitcoin awoken by the recent rally. Now, 2 weeks ago, a once dormant address moved $4.7 billion to crypto exchange Galaxy Digital. After another round of transfers, the firm said it had sold 80,000 Bitcoin worth $9 billion on behalf of a client. Now, a smaller yet similar tranche of 50 Bitcoin worth $5 million was activated in April. Now, those funds were obtained in 2010 when the original cryptocurrency just cost 10 cents. Now, Bitcoin could be caught up in months-long correction phase as long-term holders cash in. Now, on-chain data firm CryptoQuant warned this week. It said that the market is absorbing major selling from wills, a term reserved for large holders, for the third time since 2024. Now, the Bitcoin move on Friday did not appear to be heading to an exchange, and the Bitcoin was split between two wallets, which held 106 Bitcoin and 200 Bitcoin, respectively. Now, CoinJoin addresses are used to enhance the privacy of Bitcoin transactions by combining multiple users' Bitcoin into a single transaction. Now, that makes it harder for people to track the flow of the transactions by obfuscating their origins and the destination. Now, the wallet did not receive the Bitcoin from mining. Experts have identified early Bitcoin miners as likely targets for quantum computers when they become strong enough to crack Bitcoin's encryption for earlier wallet address types. Now, quantum vulnerable coins include those belonging to Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin's pseudonymous creator, as the asset's largest will, they believe, to own 1.1 billion Bitcoin, a sum worth $125 billion at the current price. So that's a wallet I'm really wondering about. Like, I wonder, with Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet, it's on a legacy wallet, so it could be prone to quantum vulnerability. So, I wonder if I'll ever see that wallet move over. If Satoshi Nakamoto is still around, will they move it to a SegWit wallet and then that's the new wallet? I don't know, but that would be curious. If quantum computer is able to get into that 1 million Bitcoin, that would definitely cause a price fluctuation, but who knows when that would happen? Probably when the time quantum computer happens, who knows? Maybe it might not be too bad, but we'll have to wait and see. But no, some ancient will did move Bitcoin. Doesn't look like it went to an exchange like these last two wills did it. So I don't think there's nothing to worry about. Again, I think it's just he was just keeping their wallet more secure and just their Bitcoin safe. But just had to announce it, and that was in the news today. And then what other Bitcoin news do we have before we go to a quick break? Looks like France's Rassemblement National Party backs Bitcoin mining with nuclear energy. So, okay, some more adoption around the world. French political party Rassemblement National is reportedly preparing a draft law to mine Bitcoin with surplus nuclear energy. Now, Rassemblement, I cannot say that word, Rassemblement National, this is called RN, is a French political party and is reportedly pushing to mine Bitcoin using surplus energy from nuclear power plants, signaling a shift from its leaders previously and with its previous anti-crypto stance. Now, the French newspaper outlet Le Monde reported last week that the RN leader and three-time presidential candidate Marine Le Pen now backs using idle nuclear energy for Bitcoin mining. Now, she reportedly promoted the plan during a visit to the Flamanville nuclear plant on March 11th, and the party said that the initiative will turn wasted electricity into secure and extremely profitable digital assets. Now, according to Le Monde, RN lawmaker Arliana Lopez Liguori has spearheaded the proposal in the French parliament, drafting a bill to install mining infrastructures at sites operated by the energy giant Électricité de France. Now, this shift reflects a broader momentum within the political party to embrace Bitcoin as a tool for economic sovereignty. Lopez Liguori said that the party wants to use every bit of energy produced to eliminate waste. Now, Cointelegraph reached out to the Rassemblement National for comment, but had not received a response by publication. Now, the RN has suffered internal disputes on its crypto stance. So the pro-crypto position marks a major reversal from RN's stance in 2016 when Le Pen called for a ban on cryptocurrencies in France. Now, in a press release at the time, Le Pen said that the more money is dematerialized and digitized, and the more people will lose ownership of their money. She described making cash disappear in a favor of digital currencies as an alignment of man to benefit the global banking system. Now, Le Pen said currencies is a national good entrusted to the people. Because of this, she promised to prevent the use of crypto in France. Now, within the party's ideologies contradicting Bitcoin's ethos of decentralizations persist, RN finance lead Jean-Philippe Tengu said that the party should not embrace currency independence and reaffirm its belief in centralized monetary policy. Now, despite the ideological rift, the right-wing RN remains France's most active political force in advancing crypto legislation. Now, while left-leaning parties continue to focus on the environmental impact of mining and its association with illicit finance, RN has attracted crypto lobbyists and entrepreneurs who see the party as a pro-business, according to Lolli on Monday. So that group is getting some momentum or some partnerships there. So yeah, the crypto community and institutions and businesses, they're for it because, again, it's going to help them out and benefit in the long run. Again, we saw what happens when a nation kind of fights against Bitcoin and blockchains, just innovation and adoption out there. We saw that in the States for 4 years. Like, we had nothing going on here in the United States. So it wasn't until Trump got in office, we started hearing some changes happening, some rules start going into play. We got the Genius Act. We got some states with actual national Bitcoin reserves, or state reserves. It's just like we're finally seeing innovation happen, because before this, we had nothing. It was slow. Bitcoin was just hurting and everything. So a lot of these people on the other side of the world, they're realizing this. So some countries and governments will still try to fight it, but they will soon just get on board. They're going to have to. They're just going to, again, I won't keep saying it, they're going to get in at the time they deserve to. So that's what France is doing. Hopefully they will get into this mining with some nuclear energy. Because again, why just have that waste go off to do nothingness, get blown off in the air if it's flaring technology like the gas and oil companies do? But no, instead of just having wasted energy, let's put that to Bitcoin mining. And they said it. So a solid digital asset out there. So fingers crossed France does go with it, and the rest of the world as well. But let's take a quick commercial break right now, and I will be right back after these messages.
Tired of jumping through hoops to buy Bitcoin? Frustrated with endless paperwork and invasive identity checks? Introducing Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club's loan program. No KYC required. Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to freedom. Borrow up to $250,000 at as little as 7% interest. Join our community and take control of your financial future. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where privacy meets opportunity. Connect with like-minded individuals and grow together. Visit us today and unlock your $250,000 Bitcoin loan. Your journey to financial freedom starts here.
Man, that was a quick ad. Man, I wish I chose a minute-long one. I was trying to take a sip of my coffee, relax a little bit, but wait, this isn't even coffee. This is the peach green tea from Starbucks, so. One more sip. Yeah, grab a sip with me, guys. But we are back, and yes, crypto loans. That's just one of the programs that we offer to our club members here at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. If you want to join our club, go to bitcoinben.io and join any one of our clubs. We just had our Las Vegas club open last Saturday. It was awesome. Thank you, everyone who came out to that. Sorry I wasn't there. It was just the tickets just didn't work out for me. Hopefully I'll be able to make it to the next closest one. I definitely want to make it to our St. Louis club when that opens up. But we have many more clubs opening up. Right now we have here in Sarasota, we have Nashville, Tennessee, Boston, Massachusetts, we have Dallas, Texas, and now Vegas. So we have 5 locations. We plan on opening 10 more around the world. So again, though, even though if you're not around the area, but you want to take advantage of our program, still Just sign up for the club and you gain access to all these perks. No KYC Bitcoin purchases, loans to Bitcoin, home to hodl, beef initiative, and many more down the road. So definitely give us a check out if you haven't done so. But let's continue on the news now. I got through all of our Bitcoin news. Let's go with the altcoin news. What else is going on in the altcoin crypto space? And for those of you who don't know what altcoins are, it's just the definition for altcoin is any other coin other than Bitcoin. So Litecoin's an altcoin, XRP is an altcoin, Ethereum's an altcoin, any coin other than that. So I'm referring to all coins in general. That's just not Bitcoin. But in this space, we got some Cardano news. Looks like Cardano community approved $71 million in treasury spend for the network upgrade. So prior to the proposal passing, Cardano's technical steering committee submitted a competing bid, and user expressed concern about transparency and accountability. So Cardano's core development team received approval to be paid 96 million ADA from the treasury to forge ahead with proposal upgrades to the network. Now, Input Output Global, or IOG, Cardano's main development team, submitted the proposal for the equivalent of $71 million in Cardano, which passed with a 74% in favor, representing 200 votes with 6 against and 7 abstaining, according to the governance action. Now, the 12-month development plan focuses on improving scalability and the developer's experience and interoperability. Still, it drew some concerns from the community over costs and overall accountability and transparency. Now, here is a tweet posted from Input Output. The Cardano community just made history. For the first time ever, the core development funding has been directly approved by the community, ushering a new era of decentralized governance. So thank you all for your support. This is more than a vote of confidence. It's a shared commitment to progress. Now, with many more proven ecosystems contributors still looking for your vote, let's keep up the momentum. The future is being built together, from IOG. Now, what does this upgrade include? Well, it includes faster transactions and better onboarding. So funding will be a milestone-based, with Cardano member-based organizations intersecting and acting as independent administrators. Now, payments will be released as upgrades are delivered, with oversight via smart contracts and dedicated committees, according to the IOG. Now, IOG must publish monthly updates, engineering timesheets, and quarterly budget breakdowns for it. Now, some of the key projects in the IOG proposal include Hydra, which is a protocol for fast, low-cost transactions, and Project Acropolis, a modular re-architecture of Cardano node for greater flexibility and easier onboarding of new core developers. Now, Cardano's average transaction cost is currently 0.34 ADA, according to blockchain research firm Masari, with an average of 20 seconds per block. Now, in addition, IOG is looking to lower the RAM usage and reduce operational costs for stake pool operators through performance optimization, and to implement technical foundations for more advanced smart contracts and seamless interoperability. Now, the Cardano community has voices and concerns about cost and transparency. Tim Harrison, the vice president of the community and the ecosystem at IOG, said in a statement on Saturday that this was the first time the community had directly authorized core development funding for Cardano. Now, prior to the vote, some community members voiced concerns about the funding costs, transparency, and how the funds would be spent, and accountability for delivering what was promised. Now, some also questioned whether the proposal should be broken down into smaller goals with separate budgets requiring individual votes on each item. Now, there was a competing proposal for Cardano's technical steering committee, which was ultimately not endorsed by Intersect. Now, Adam Rush, a member of Intersect's board of directors, said in an April 28th post on X to the community that they should decide which proposal to support. And here was that tweet from him. Today, the Intersect MBO board of directors has to resolve a difficult situation. If you are a DR rep or DRF engaged in the budget reconciliation process, you already know that members of the Intersect Technical Steering Committee have put forth a proposal outlining their vision of how the core infrastructure's maintenance and delivery process should work. Unfortunately, this proposal was not put forward in collaboration with Intersect staff or reconciled with the board of directors, who were still in the process of having a series of meetings with the TSC to discuss the matter. Now, the individuals who put forward the proposal have made plans to tender contracts and select vendors that was not agreed upon by the rest of the Intersect. Therefore, the board of directors is unable to support the proposal. Now, the full statement from the board is at the link below, and while I truly have the utmost respect for the individuals who have been at the forefront of this advancing proposal, it must be the D-reps who decide whether they want to support or not. So if you want to look more at it, you can find this tweet from Adam Rush, and you can click on the link right there from intersectmbo.org. Now, other blockchains are also upgrading right now. So Cardano isn't the only blockchain working on upgrades this year. The Solana network also increased its block capacity by 20% on July 22nd, raising the limit to 60 million compute units, with plans for further expansion before the end of the year. We even have Ethereum's gas limit was increased to just under 44.92 million on July 22nd, according to YCharts, which a higher gas limit allows Ethereum to process more transactions per block. And also, Ethereum's Spectra hard fork went live on May 7th, increasing the number of data blocks per block and the validator staking limit, among other upgrades out there. Now, the next upgrade is Fusaka, which is scheduled for the end of the year of 2025 on Ethereum. So it's not just Cardano looking for upgrades out there, but we have Ethereum and Solana doing it as well. It's just to improve the network, increase transactions, increase speed, lower transaction fees. And then again, these guys just want transparency with it. So yeah, so this was approved on, or it was voted on, but the guys who got it really initiated, they can't support it, but we'll see what goes on there. But that's what's taking place with Cardano. But also, I guess we have word on the midnight airdrop in Cardano's ecosystem is almost upon us. So yeah, so the midnight airdrop is nearing, and the creator of Cardano is expected to reveal soon. Now, who's eligible for this drop? Well, the airdrop will allocate 50% of the night's total supply, around 12 billion tokens, to ADA holders. Now, Bitcoin wallets were shared 20% of the supply, with the remaining 30% distributed among other crypto investors. Now, a single XRP wallet holding 2.2 million XRP is set to receive 1.2 billion night, adding to the buzz. So there was an XRP Cardano partnership, or there was something going on there. So that made me kind of this XRP token holder is getting some night too. But in total, more than 37 million wallets meet the eligibility criteria, making it one of the largest airdrops in the industry's history. Once this distribution begins, recipients will have 60 days to claim their token. So pay attention when this does get released, because you don't want to miss this airdrop. But why does Midnight matter? Midnight aims to enhance privacy and data protection on Cardano while maintaining compatibility with other blockchain ecosystems. So it's a mix of large-scale token allocation, multi-chain inclusion, and privacy's first design, which has made it one of the most anticipated launches of the year. So that's what else is going down with the Cardano ecosystem. So they're working on still updates to their chain, and as well as we got more token drops coming. So yeah, this one should be released soon. So pay attention to the news. I'll keep on top of it as well. So that way, when it comes, you guys can claim those tokens. But let's move on with the news. Looks like Justin Sun, the Tron founder, just came back from space. That's right. So he's been popping up in the news a lot lately. The Tron founder said that it has been a long time dream to travel to space, and reflected on the fragility of the planet following his return. Now, for those who don't know who Justin Sun is, he was a creator of the Tron token. And there was something that happened with their stablecoin Terra Luna back in the day. But what is actually Tron itself? Let's see. Here's a little ChatGPT information on Tron, the token, the TRX token. So origins, it started in 2017, founded by Justin Sun, a Chinese entrepreneur, former Ripple advisor. And it was launched in 2017. Its mainnet launch was 2018 in June, and it launched its own chain, migrating from Ethereum. So 2017, it was on Ethereum, and then it migrated to its own chain. Now, Tron acquired BitTorrent back in 2018, and then development of the ecosystem, which grew. So Tron got smart contracts, dApps, and the TRC token standard, similar to Ethereum. And this became one of the most active blockchains by transactional volume, especially in DeFi. Now, Tron's down stablecoins, this was something that they offered just way too much staking rewards with their Tron token by just holding it. Just was not sustainable. But I think it was based on what was it? It was they didn't back their token by 1-for-1, but it was an algorithmic stablecoin. So I had a different parameters of how it ran. But yeah, so back in 2022, the Tron DAO reserve model after Terra UST just before it collapsed. So how did it work? Algorithmic, meaning it wasn't fully backed by fiat or crypto like USDC or USDT. It aimed to maintain a 1-to-1 peg with the US dollar using arbitrage incentives. So if USDD was greater than a dollar, users could swap $1 worth of TRX to mint 1 USDT and then sell it for profit. But if USDT was under a dollar, users could burn USDT for TRX, reducing supply to push the price back up. What went wrong, though? After the Terra UST collapsed, investors grew way wary of algorithmic stablecoins. USDD lost its dollar peg several times and struggled to regain trust. And then Tron claimed to shift toward partially collateralized model backed by BTC, TRX, and USDT. Still, transparency and audit concerns remain with this token out there. Now, the current use of USDT is still being used in this ecosystem, especially in DeFi platforms like JustLend and SunSwap. However, it's not widely accepted or trusted as USDT. So again, so they still have a stablecoin on their network, but it's just, yeah, like this is going to linger for some time. Like usually it happens, like it's almost on like par when like blockchains actually like slip up a little bit. It's frozen. It wasn't like running smoothly anymore. Like we saw that with Solana, and like Polygon was gone for like 2 hours. Covered that article last week. So just when this news comes out, it hurts him. But Tron has been like Justin Sun's been popping up a lot more now lately. And so when I see him in the news, it's like going, he came from space. How is this crypto related news? But it's not really. But it just shows like he's coming back into space. It's like it just shows that like what is it? I'm trying to get my wording straight with this. He's bringing his network back into the light. So it's kind of like push out all that negativity, old bad news, and try to progress forward. So like when more news comes out, kind of hides that what happened in the past. But again, we have history. We can always look back on it. But let's hear about his return and what does he take from just returning from space. So Justin Sun, founder of the Layer 1 Tron blockchain network, returned safely from a commercial space flight on Saturday alongside 5 other crew members aboard Blue Origin mission NS-34. Now, the other crew members include the founder of venture capital firm Alpha Funds, J.D. Russell. We have entrepreneur Gokhan Erdem, real estate investor, R.V. Bahal. We have meteorologist Deborah Martorell, and philanthropist and teacher Lionel Pitchford. Now, Sun placed a $28 million bid for a seat aboard the Blue Origin spaceflight NS-34 in 2021 and won the first reservation for the scheduled mission. So, okay, so you've been planning this for some time. This was like even before like all that Terra Luna and all that stuff happened. So it just was a secure spot that came around. But he said that Earth is just so small and it's our home. We definitely need to do whatever we can to protect it, Sun said following the safe return of the flight on Saturday. He also added, I was very surprised. Earth is so small. Basically, we could almost see the entire thing from the window. And that's when it came to me. The mission's name is right on point. Now, the Tron founder's reaction to seeing the Earth from the spacecraft is common among astronauts, is known as the overview effect. This phenomenon is characterized as a cognitive shift about the planet's interconnectedness and humanity's place in the universe. Now, blockchain in outer space, taking immutability to the stars. Now, several crypto projects are attempting to bring the decentralization and immutability of blockchain to space as humankind pushes through the final frontier. Now, Filecoin, a project building out of decentralized storage systems, and defense contractor Lockheed Martin successfully tested the interplanetary file system in January 2024. Now, the IPFS is a way of transmitting data from Earth through space, and the January 2024 demonstration showcased how files could be sent from the planet to space and back again through satellites. Now, Filecoin's foundation president, Marta Belcher, told Cointelegraph that decentralized file storage and the IPFS are necessary for interplanetary and space communication, which we will need if we ever get to Mars. And Belcher explained that the decentralized data storage through blockchain networks reduces latency, ensures communications are tamper-proof, and protects the integrity of data from constant solar radiation that bombards space infrastructures, causing degradation and sensitive computer equipment like hard drives and corruption data in the process. Now, in 2024, SpaceCoin XYZ, a decentralized physical infrastructure network from DPIN, which launches satellites into space for its blockchain communication network, launched its first satellite into orbit above the planet. So, when did they do that? Did they just do that, or was that back in 2024? But no, so yeah, so blockchain is a way if we can maybe find a way to connect communications from planetary to non-planetary. So I like seeing this advancement take place because who would have thought that we could use it for this? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Justin Sun's back. He experienced that thing that everyone does when they do go to space. They just realize how small they are, and just like it gets you that bigger picture. It's like, okay, what am I going to do now to change this world and legacy? Because even like a lot of people's goals is make as much money as they can. And that's like their goal for their entire life. But some people who get there, it's in the next step. They have all the money. They've done everything they want. It hits them. I'm like, what is my purpose for this world? What am I going to do next? How am I going to build a legacy? So like, I feel like Justin, but anybody who does it gets that same feeling out there. So who knows? But yeah, so that's pretty cool though. I guess this article did have to do with crypto and blockchain relations, despite that planetary and space communication. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Justin Sun returned from space safe and sound, and we got a little word on just what is Tron itself in general. So I hope you like that information. Now let's move on to our final article of the evening, which a crypto victim loses $908,000. But this was a sophisticated phishing attack. It didn't happen all at once. I guess it took 15 months to finally play out. So be careful, everyone, on links you click, computers you do. Like if you have your own crypto, put it in a separate crypto-only computer. We sell crypto-only laptops from Calyx Solutions laptops. And so, again, only thing for that is just holding your crypto. You don't want to be clicking on links, using it for trading, because you might click on a transaction which may make your device vulnerable now. So let's go through this article and see what did they actually click on that caused this to happen. So a victim lost $908,000 in a crypto phishing scam, which took 15 months after signing a malicious approval transaction. Now, the scammer waited until 2 large deposits were made before striking. So again, these people could be waiting. If you clicked on something and your wallet's vulnerable, like they could be waiting for you just to make that big deposit and then take it all. So good thing to do. If you think your wallet is vulnerable, what do? Safest thing to do is just get a new wallet. Again, new computer, new wallet, move your funds over there. That's it. Don't recover the seed phrase, just move it over there. Because then at that point, that old wallet's done. If it was compromised, no need to worry. You're never going to use that wallet again. Throw away the seed phrase once you moved all your assets into your new wallet with your new seed phrase. But that's what you should do if you do feel like you're vulnerable. And it's also a good tip to do every few years. Just like we saw with Will moving his Bitcoin after 12 years. It's just like, it's safety and security first. Just upgrade to a newer wallet. Maybe it's like, could be the exact same wallet, but it's just a newer one. Just keeps it safe that way. But yeah, just a little tip there. But let's continue on with this news article. So a crypto user lost $908,000 to a wallet draining scam, which took 458 days after unknowingly signing a malicious approval transaction, on-chain data shows. So the attack originated from an ERC-20 approval transaction, likely signed via a phishing site or fake airdrop that gave the scammer's wallet ongoing permission to access the victim funds. Now, the scammer linked to the notorious pinkdrainer.eth wallet address, executed the theft on August 2nd at 4:57 a.m., stealing $908,000 worth of USDC stablecoin. Now, Scam Sniffer pointed out on X that the theft came 458 days after the victim signed the phishing approval transaction on April 30th, 2024. Now, the security incident prompted Scam Sniffer to remind crypto users to regularly review and revoke old approvals, or else hard-earned funds may be at risk. Now, your wallet security matters, he added. Now, that's another thing you can do too. I've never done that, where you actually go back and review regularly your old transactions and everything. That's actually new to me. I should probably test that out and see if I can do that ever or not. But I always just do the easier thing to do. Set up a new wallet, send my funds over there. Boom. Got a nice clean wallet over here. Yeah, this old wallet. See ya. Done. But I guess you can go back and look at old transactions. I got to learn how to do that. But here is a tweet from Scam Sniffer about the alert of it. And with a reminder, regularly review and revoke old approvals in your wallet. Now, the scammer's patience paid off. Until a month ago, the victim's compromised wallet had seen minimal transaction activity and held little value, giving the attacker no incentive to act. Now, that changed on July 2nd when the victim deposited $762,000 into the tainted wallet address from a MetaMask wallet at 8:41 p.m. 10 minutes later, another $146,000 in USDC was transferred into the same wallet from a Kraken wallet. Now, the scammer likely monitored the wallet over the next month, waiting to see if more funds would flow into it before deciding to just drain the funds in a single transaction. Now, this delayed strike is a defining trait of phishing approval attacks. Scammers wait around for months, striking only when the victim's wallet balance makes it worthwhile. Now, tools already exist to prevent these attacks. So to help prevent such attacks, Ethereum users can use Etherscan's token approval checker to review and revoke unnecessary token approvals through each revocation, and requires a gas fee. So bad actors and scammers stole over $142 million from crypto space in July across at least 17 separate attacks, with the exploit of crypto exchange CoinDCX accounting for most of the loss. So how can we use this again? Let's see. To help prevent such attacks, Ethereum users can use Etherscan's token approval checker to review and revoke unnecessary scans. Okay, let's go over this, see if we can take a look. So Etherscan's token approval checker. let's take a look at this, guys. So let's see. I'm just going to switch over from this website. Won't go back. So Etherscan's token approval. Let's see. So here's Etherscan token approval. It's going to take us over here. So yeah, I'm learning this too because I haven't utilized this to verify. Okay, so here's your Ethereum token review. All right, let's just say I want to grab a coin from CoinMarketCap. Let's just do one of the big, weird, random ones. One would be a good one. Let's just do Bonk. Oh wait, no, Bonk's not Ethereum. What's in Ethereum? Render. Render is on the Ethereum network. So let's take a look at that one. So I'm going to go to Render. I'm on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to pull the contract address, which is down here. Then I'm going to go back into Ether, and let's put that contract address in. Paste. Let's search. And token. So no token approvals were found. Connect to the Web3. Okay, let's see. MetaMask. Oh, do I gotta log on in there? I probably mistyped my password. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on here. Let's see. Connect. Let's see. All right, so I connected my wallet. Let's see. So connected. Can see my tokens. Okay, so I can see tokens on here. Let's see. USDC, ERC20. Wait, do I have any other ones on there? A6. Maybe there's a fake coin in there. But I guess I got to do some more messing around on here. But I guess this is where you would go if you wanted to take a look at it. But no, just be careful from, phishing attacks out there. Like, pay attention when you sign transactions and everything. Just read everything, because instead of just clicking approve, and that, like I just did when I signed the transaction, I go on in, just read it. Say, like, make sure, like, there's nothing in there saying you give this, like, full access to your funds whenever you like or something. Just read every little thing out there. But yeah, so, and again, don't click on links you're unsure of. That helps you stay safe in the space as well. Just be safe, because this is painful to see. They didn't know about it. Like, it happened months ago, and the scammer just sat on it. So this just shows the importance of having a secure crypto wallet that you just hold your crypto on. You're not clicking on anything. It's just all within your own transactions. So just be safe out there, people. Just be sure to know what you're clicking on. But that's everything I have for you in the news. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. We're at 115,000 right now. People are feeling neutral, so we're not greedy. We're not fearful right now. We made our way in the fear territory, like watching the Fear and Greed Index site. But yeah, Ethereum's at 3,600. XRP's $3. Take a look at the rest of the altcoin market. Ooh, this is no one's recovering yet. Oh, that's from the week chart, day chart. Boom. Okay, so it looks like all the coins are kind of improving since last week's little dip. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the crypto space. But I hope everyone enjoyed the show today. Let's see, what else is going on here at the Crypto Club? Is anything happening? Nothing going on tonight. I think I have like 2 appointments going on. Tomorrow we have a class on just finishing up our crypto definitions. We have our usual shows. Bitcoin Ben goes live at 10 a.m. every morning. We stream it here, so come watch at the club. Noon is my show. Classes are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1:30. Fridays in Sarasota Club, we have poker night. And anything else going on? Just stop by the club, take a look at our programs, go to bitcoinben.io, see what we have to offer. And again, if you need help, like just getting set up and everything, and you're nearby a club, stop by, sign up, and we'll steer you in the right correction, or in the right direction. But everyone, have an amazing Monday. Enjoy your week. Let's get it. Let's stay strong. And I will see you guys tomorrow with more crypto news. Peace. Love ya. And in case I don't see ya, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing Calyx Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty Laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges. It's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At Calyx Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calyxsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. Calyx Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calyxsolutions.io.